success and progress and the feelings of accomplishment.
Feeling discouraged? Lacking the get up and go to feel productive? Well, podcast superstar Joe Rogan has something to say to you. Yep, that's right. Just do the work. Joe Rogan pushes discipline above all for the mind and body. It's all related. In fact, he would say you can't have success without discipline. Everyone wants to stay in their comfort zone, but being uncomfortable, challenging ourselves is a huge sign that we are making progress. What a great example. Don't get distracted. Focus on the things you want, the things you love, and get out there and do something about it.
There's certain jobs, of course, that require you to use your brain, but a lot of them just require you to follow directions.
With Joe's comedy, he has realized that he's got to get up and do it, experience it to find what works or not. So stop focusing on the doubts and move forward by doing something. It's not about who is the biggest or strongest now. It's about who has the most discipline. And listen in to one of the most beneficial things he mentions discipline can produce. And frankly, I think a lot of us could use a little more peace of mind nowadays.
A lot of those are connected to discomfort. Like, discomfort is your friend. I try to relay this, and I try to be more clear and more concise the way I relay it. The way I look at it is that your mind, you have a certain amount of bandwidth. This is why I don't read Instagram comments or Twitter comments or YouTube comments. Like, I don't have any time. If I read them, it's an accident. Like, you have bandwidth. I don't spend time wondering why I hate things or hating on someone or being jealous. You have, let's call it units. You have 100 units of bandwidth in your mind. So that means there's 100 units that you can spend on things you care about, or you could let your mind be occupied by some stupid fucking Twitter feud that you're in with some idiot that you don't even know. And you could spend 30% of your Twitter bandwidth or your mind bandwidth on this. And then you only have 70% for the things you love. And then maybe you're involved in some relationship with someone who's an idiot and you're arguing back and forth with them. Well, there's another 30% that's gone. Now you have 40% left. You have 40% for the things you love instead of 100%. But if you only concentrate on the things you care about that mean something to you and learn how to do that, like you were talking about meditation, it's a form of meditation because you're learning how to avoid the little road bumps and the ditches on the side of the road. The one thing that discipline definitely does help you with is it helps you get things done. And when you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. If you have more success, and sometimes a big part of success is just not being lazy and just doing it. That's like 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. If I only worked out when I felt good, I'd be a fat because there's a lot of days I don't want to do it. It's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets good at something. There's got to be those days you push through, and they're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline, in my eyes, has always been that through discipline I get things done. I always say that I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know because I don't want to do it. Our bodies, for whatever reason. Most people, their associations are to avoid anything that's uncomfortable. And I've learned to smell the flowers. And without getting too sad, I've also lost a bunch of friends. You know, I've had 3 friends commit suicide this year. And you just realize what's important and what's not important. There's a lot of things we dwell on that are just nonsense. And this life has a lot of beautiful things to it. There's a lot of it that's great. And I've chosen to spend more time thinking about the good things and thinking about the positive aspects of life and friends and friendship and things that I enjoy doing, like stand-up and podcasts and the UFC, and not being so tense about things. I've worked hard at it. I'm not always good at it. You know, I have my good days and my bad days like everybody else, but I just think I've gotten wiser. Or at least I've tried.
To become literally one of the biggest movies in the history of film. I mean, that movie was a spectacular box office success, and he was so perfect in the role. And as a human being outside of the movie, he was so perfect to be that guy, you know, to be this guy who embodies what you would want from a movie star and a guy in a position of prominence and a guy who, you know, has a voice. And to see him die at 43 of cancer, it's just, you know, I mean, what I said when I looked at my phone was just, that's how I felt. Just, I had no idea. None of us had any idea. And it also speaks to his character that he suffered in silence like that. And he didn't make a big deal of the fact that he was trying to get through cancer. It's a bummer, man.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.